Hi, I'd like to tell you a little story about a man I saw in my practice as a physio a few years ago who had chronic back pain that we fixed within 2 weeks. He was in his early 20s. He was a tiler by trade and had his own house, his own place, his own business, and basically hurt his back one day. And what had happened is he twisted, he'd done something stupid, as we all do, but it left him with a very bad um, or quite a sort of moderate disc prolapse. So, what had happened basically, if you're aware and you have a disc problem, when the disc sort of just inflames or sort of bulges, which is what had happened in his place, it was causing him to lean over to this side. So, when you have, just let me get my spine. When you have a disc problem, you have a little bit of inflammation here. So between the bones, you have a little bit of inflammation in the disc. The disc bulges out. Now that hurts when you pinch it, so we tend to lean away to give it a little bit more room. So he was leaning away from his disc. And what had happened is he'd actually gone to get checked, and they'd done a scan, and they said, this is definitely the problem. You need to go and get seen. You need to go and get looked at so that we manage it well. Great. So he went to see a physio, and he was told by that physio, I can't help you. You're over in this position. I can't work with you until you get here. When you're straight, come back to me and we'll work with you. So this client took that literally. He went home. 18 months later, he is still bent over. 18 months. And nobody had given him a time frame. Nobody had said, we need to do this. So he's still moving and walking like this and thinking, I can't do anything about this. So he decided to come and see me. And we had the conversation again, blah, 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 blah. I've done this. I was told I can't see anyone until I am straight. So he was still in pain. By this time, he'd lost his business. He'd moved back in with his parents. He wasn't doing a lot because he was still bent over. So he was under the impression this was very, very bad. Now, this poor guy had taken his medical advice to the T. He had done what he was told to do. Now, the sad thing is, and it actually still really upsets me to this day, the sad thing is that we actually got him straight in 2 weeks because we told him what to do. Because I explained to him that what he was doing, that he thought was helping him, which was, ouch, it hurt to do that, so he was holding it that way, it was actually making him worse. So this guy has given up over a year of his life, his income, his livelihood, his, home, and being looked after by his parents for something that we fixed in 2 weeks. Now, I'm not saying he was perfect within 2 weeks, but he was straight and he was moving and he was pain-free within 2 weeks. And the 2 months that we took after that was to strengthen him and to stretch out all the compensations that his body has had for being that way for well over a year. And to this day, I'm still flabbergasted. To this day, I still cannot believe, one, that somebody would say, a professional would say to somebody, go away until you are straight, and not give them a follow-up call to see how they're doing. Or number two, not give them a time frame of, if this hasn't changed in a month at least, come back to me and give me a call. Because this guy he did what he was told. He listened, he understood, he was told a thing and he followed that. And it was just that, so long after the fact of it happening that he decided, no, enough's enough, I can't live like this, I'm only in my mid-20s. And thank God he did. Now he's back doing FIFO. So I'm in Western Australia. A lot of our a lot of our sort of population is fly in, fly out. So he goes to work on the mines, he's back doing a physical job, he's back in the gym, he's doing all his stuff. But far out, if he had not come in to see me, if he had said, I'm still not straight, what would have happened? Where would he be right now? He's already lost over a year of his life just lying and sitting and trying to move and have his parents do everything for him. And to go from being over here to being straight within a week or two, which is where we got him, to pain free within 2 weeks. I mean, come on, people. Like, people in health, please, 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 be really careful what you say to clients. Be really careful of how you especially approach clients that you meet for the first time, because you don't know them. We get to know them once we've seen them a few times, and we get to know how they respond. But that first time, that's so, so, so important. And number two, if you have a client like that, follow them up. Do not just leave them and say, I can't help you, away you go. Give them a follow-up call. To people in pain, so you guys as clients, if you don't get what you want on your first visit and you don't feel that you've got from your person in your first visit what you need, see somebody else. Or give them a call back and say, look, you saw me last week and you told me, and I'm not better. What do I do? Can I see you again? Or if you're not getting the response you think you should, see somebody else. Always seek a second, third, fourth opinion. I've seen clients now for 30 years, and I see people that I'm their fifth or sixth physio because they haven't had the response that they've wanted. They haven't had the result that they needed. They haven't had what they feel they should. And it's so important that if you don't feel that you get what you need, that you look elsewhere. I'm very happy to send clients on and say, look, I'm not the right person for you. This is not my area of expertise. Please go and see somebody else. I recommend here, or this isn't responding the way I would expect it to, and I don't want it to go on longer than another week. So if in a week it hasn't changed, please go and see your GP for a scan. Please go and see your GP for an ultrasound, because there is a timeline of things. It's not rocket science. If you have an acute injury, it should change within 3 months. If you have an acute injury, they all have a healing process of 3 months. Small is 3 weeks, medium is 6 weeks, big injuries 3 months. The only sort of ad hoc to that is if it's not healing, it's not responding the right way, it's not doing the right things, then we need to investigate why. So in the event that you've had a problem and it's been longer than 3 months, it is chronic and you need to get something in to change that, otherwise it will stay that way. And it needs a different approach than if you're acute. So getting back to this chappie, I'm pleased to say that he is pain-free. He's back doing the gym. He's back doing stupid CrossFit things like F45 and, major training and all the crazy things that young late 20-year-olds do, which is fabulous. And he'll pop in. I think I've seen him maybe once in the last 3 years. Which is basically just been, I rolled my ankle, or I've worked on the car or done something stupid, and he came in for one session, that's it. But he doesn't want to go back to where he was. So I would love to help you if you have a problem, whether it's pain, whether it's injury, whether it's your posture, whether you don't feel that you're getting anywhere with where you're at the moment. I have eyes that are experienced of 30 years, and I can see what you need. I can see, even if I can't help you, I can direct you as to what you need. I can see by the way you move. I can tell intuitively what you need and what needs to happen for you. I have a Fix Your Back program starting in the middle of July if you're interested. But otherwise I see people for posture care. We've got little group programs. We've got little self-help programs on. Message me and let's talk, because being there when you're in pain and you don't need to be, or being there with a body that's not moving the way you want it to, not doing what you want it to, you do not have to put up with that. Always, always, always look for something that can change your dial. Even if it just brings it back, so it's not as sore, it's not as stiff, it's not as uncomfortable, it's less painful. That's better than where you are. Give it a chance. Give me a shout. I would love to help you.